you're all happy, and I'm going to ruin that. So this is a video that never had to be made, that you knew was going to be made. Of course, the George Floyd trial is happening right now to determine whether or not the murderer of George Floyd murdered George Floyd. Spoiler, he murdered George Floyd. And so in response to that, of course, they have to stomp on the grave of yet another slain person at the hands of our police. And that person is going to be, of course, none other than Steven Crowder, who has 5.5 million subscribers, which means at least 5.5 million people that I think instead of banning Georgia voters from being allowed water while they stand in line to vote, if you are a Steven Crowder supporter, a subscriber, you just don't get water like hooked up to your house. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Spoiler: not guilty. Well, that doesn't make him not the murderer. Yes, but sadly, I tend to agree. Nothing good ever happens. But anyway, yeah. So Crowder's being racist. I skipped forward. He has a whole hour-long show bullshit that I'm not going to watch or entertain. I'm just going to get to the part where his producer basically, I think they talk for a second. He's going to get stepped on for a little while, and we'll watch that for however long we can stomach it, and then we'll stop. So we'll see. Here we go. And
can I pee real quick? I really
go for it, Dave. Go for it. So
I gotta make wet.
I think what I need to make sure everybody understands what we're doing here. So many people lost their minds when we tweeted out this morning that we were going to do this, and they.
I don't know. Everyone should get water, but if it's a joke, well, do you think I would joke about anyone who subscribed to Steven Crowder not being allowed water into their homes? Do you think that I would joke about that? Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Was it?
They said, "I can't believe you're making fun of this situation, or you're doing
fun.
this."
No, experiment. We're testing it out.
Not at all, right? So we're not doing that. What we're doing is the same thing that we did with Epstein. Is just we want to show you what the effect actually is, and we did it on the carpet over here. We had Token Allen kneel down on his neck. We had actually I got it done to me as well, right? Had a bad neck. He did it before the show for me, and we just wanted to see, okay, well, what does this feel like? Obviously, it feels bad, and you can be riled up by it. You can panic if
I think
somebody's
more people
doing that
should
to you.
put themselves in the situation like that, just to understand what is it like,
right?
To be
so they're trying to frame this as though we're just seeing how it feels, you know? It's very interesting. This is just black guy gets pulled over by the police simulator to them, right? It's just it's a silly, it's a clever jape. It is but a silly activity we do. Meanwhile, black people in the United States are like, yeah, that was a human. What? That's what happens. We get murdered by that. What? Please stop. And then they don't. You know what I mean? Just to try it out for a day. You know how you do that? You know how you LARP? This is what's this equivalent to? I don't know. This is like white producers that ask for Oscar bait slave movies to be made. Like 12 Years a Slave. More torture porn, please. Yeah, I like it when they whip them. You can tell. That's when I get the Oscar. It's like fucking weird. It's like torture porn, but like in a worse way. This is them, yeah, pretty much.
Be in that situation.
And so what you've been told the entire time is knee on neck caused his death. Knee on neck, knee on neck, knee on neck. And
so did the coroner. So did the medical professional that dealt with his body. What?
So there's one other term I throw in there is racist white cop, right? It's racist, knee on neck, racist, knee on neck.
Right.
That's what you've been told. And so what we've tried to do is just show you maybe it was something else that was going on, right? We're saying that maybe there were other factors, and maybe Chauvin did something wrong that he should be held legally liable for, and we'll find that out in the end, like Dave was saying just a minute ago.
These guys are fucking
But maybe
scumbags,
it was
bro.
this perfect storm of events, and you've been sold a lie. We know that you've been sold a little bit of a lie so far. We've exposed pieces as we go in. They're not necessarily little when you go from neck to shoulder to back or something like that.
Kind of changes.
But you need to know what actually happened, and you need to see somebody being restrained with this.
It's like so weird, right? Like they just desperately want George Floyd to have deserved it. Who deserves it? Who? What series of events need to transpire for someone to deserve that? The only thing I can think of is doing it themselves in a world where we do eye for an eye. Right? Like which is not the case. I don't want Derek Chauvin to be kneeled on the neck for 9 minutes and die. That's not what I want out of this. I want people to stop doing that to other people. I would much rather, if I could choose between other cops not hurting people anymore in the line of duty, if you want to call it that anymore, I would rather that happen than some sort of punitive justice for this jackass. Right? Like, it's so weird. And then they desperately want it to be also not as bad as it is. But it was like you don't have to have political affiliation with this. And that's why it's so weird to me that right-wingers do this kind of shit. Like you could just not. You could just be like, yeah, that was stupid. That was really fucking dumb. Derek Chauvin should be in prison. And there should be no fucking debate about this whatsoever. And then you can fight on a hill that you want to deal with, right? Instead of fighting on this obviously bad hill. I don't understand it. Like, even if you're like, you're a hardcore fucking, right-winger otherwise. Like, with this case, what are you doing? You can go do that stuff that you like to do elsewhere. You could go be a transphobe. You can go be a fucking nationalist and everything. But also, the cop murdered a guy. It's unnecessary to defend him. It's very strange. Beavis and Butthead are more socially aware than Crowder. Yeah.
This technique, because we just showed a clip, or not a clip, but an overlay. What, 215, 224 times that a knee on the neck.
How many times did Chauvin use that same technique?
Exactly.
And this is just like,
and never had
Dave
a problem
said,
with
perfect
it.
storm of just horrible things happening all at the same time.
If you've used this restraint before and you've never...
If you've used this restraint before. You know what's interesting? Dirge, as you say, culture war is their passion. You know what's interesting about the culture war? This doesn't have to be a battleground within it, right? What do they win from this? More people hating cops? And hating the people that support them for this bullshit? They have literally not, like, they're not winning anybody from this. They're only losing people at best. So why not just go, yeah, we fucking think that's stupid. They win white supremacy? No, you don't. You win white supremacy by being sneaky. You don't win white supremacy by being like, obvious murder is murder. You win it by the other shit. By the dog whistles and the other bullshit. You know what I mean? Like cases like fucking Zimmerman, right? Where they go, but Zimmerman said he was fearing for his life. That wins a racist over. I don't know one racist who wasn't already a racist who got won over by the George Floyd murder, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's just no
never had an
arguments
issue with it,
look at
and
it.
you've been able to do it, and nobody has died from it. Nobody has been,
nobody's died from it. George Floyd did.
Affected by it. It's uncomfortable for sure, right? I understand that. You're probably not going to be all that concerned when somebody who has been repeatedly telling you that they can't breathe in situations they can says that, right? So I think we've got Steven outside right now. We may have ready. Can you hear us, Steven?
Yeah, I can hear. Hey, Finnegan, stop with the sanitizing the car. I don't think it's going to make a difference at this juncture.
No,
Finnegan.
I don't think so either. All right, so talk to it.
Okay.
Oh, we lost your audio for 1 second. Hold on. We're getting it back.
What?
There we go. All right, you're good.
Guys, Steven, can you step?
Your audio on Crowder's a bit loud. Well, I mean, like, they're just gonna. I mean, sometimes they're gonna be because their mixing was bad on this because he's kind of quiet.
You're right. A couple steps.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Well, what's the problem?
There you
Is the camera cutting us off here?
No, you're
It's
good.
the mic.
All right. Oh, it's the mic. But how does the mic even work? I mean, how does stepping
You're
to my
good.
right help the mic? My
You're
mic.
good.
We can hear you.
It did,
we can hear you.
You're good.
What am I, a mime? Okay, so for
apparently.
people who what we're going to do here, and again, like Gerald just set up, hopefully Lando gets back from his pee, or otherwise he just doesn't want to be involved with this segment.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out.
This is when a bunch of right wingers looked at that and went, those aren't real police.
Look, this is right here because we did this last week where I showed you, as someone who, and a lot of people out there, you can comment if you've been involved with any grappling sports. These aren't uncommon positions, right? Pinning positions.
Yeah.
We did it in the studio, and people say, well, that was on carpet and you didn't do it for that long. I don't want to do this, but again, the point is the drugs, the agitation, the actively resisting arrest, the 3.5 times the lethal dose of fentanyl matters. I don't expect this to be pleasant, but I think that people need to see what it's like with the closest.
Okay, so I mean, just so I can get out ahead of it now, I guess we'll talk about it. The medical professional that was called to be an expert in the George Floyd trial said, of course, that when you die from fentanyl, you don't die the way George Floyd died. You died by going into a coma and then dying. You expire. This is, I mean, this experience is not what George Floyd will experience. You'll see a difference in the weight. You'll see a difference in the other shit. We'll probably skip around. How's it still on YouTube? I have no fucking clue. This guy's a trash bag, though. I think really the idea here is that the more we show this kind of thing, the better the YouTube thing gets. When we can just be like, oh look, they're doing a bad thing. No bunch of people report that bullshit because this should be gone. This should not be a thing.
To controlled conditions that we can recreate as far as body mass, weight, situation, to see what it actually might be like if someone is not in an agitated, significantly overdosed state. That's the reason for this, and no camera tricks, no cuts. I believe you'll have me on the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay down here. We'll have people restrained. So Tokunawan is...
Oh, you got to step
you got
back
out of
towards
range.
the building there.
Back
You're going
towards-
out of
towards
range.
the
There you
building.
go. Step back towards...
is
there
it
you
the
go.
microphone that's
There
out
you
of
go,
range?
right
Okay,
there.
there you go. 193 pounds, and Tokunawan, you can see right here, is 195 pounds.
There you go.
2 pounds over, not much.
2 pounds over, okay. And then I don't want to weigh myself right now because after my leg injury, but let's go with 230.
There you go.
Hey.
So the microphone needs to stay
I don't think
about
you need to
where
weigh
you
yourself. It
are.
doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah.
Even Brendan is weighing himself. It doesn't matter. What were you saying there, Gerald?
I was saying the microphone needs to stay roughly where you are right there. We get a
I
little...
need to stay roughly where I am.
Yeah.
Okay, Brendan, can you remove the scale here? All right, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me while I'm on the ground
I
here.
didn't do that. It was that.
Finnegan, that's not going to make any difference here. It's not going to make any difference.
He's trying.
This is
Make
so
sure you put the
scuffed,
handcuffs
I
on
know,
my
right?
wrist, not on my... so Finnegan, come here and hold this microphone because I don't think that microphone works. All right.
See that guy? He's funny because he's got a fake mustache.
Put him on my wrist,
Just
okay?
a prop, I think.
All right, so can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yep.
Is Dave back yet?
No, he is
No,
not.
he's still-
I think
Okay.
he's.
Okay.
I think he's
By
avoiding
the way, these
this
are
segment.
much smaller handcuffs than actual... Put them around my wrist, yeah, not for him. These are much smaller handcuffs than actual handcuffs, just so you know.
Dave's back.
Hey, Dave's back.
So these handcuffs actually have less room, like a little bit more distance. Okay. Now I'm getting a little bit of echo in my own sound here. Okay,
Sorry.
we're going to lay down.
I was hoping I'd be part of this.
What?
What?
80?
You okay?
Oh, you want me to face this way?
Now, hey, Steven, have somebody move your earpiece to the other ear because they'll be kneeling right where it's
Oh, you
attached
don't
to your
have to
shirt.
put me
Okay,
Yeah,
move
that
the
might
be a little
earpiece to
hard.
my other ear.
Yeah.
Well, the point is I can't have it on my stomach. So,
Is there a
Well,
way
whatever
to
you
not
need to do.
do
Go ahead.
Well,
Let
I
them
just
do
need
the
to
thing.
lay
Let him do the thing.
not break my mic back.
There you
How
go.
much money
Okay,
does this
gotcha.
make?
All right.
Okay. I really have to pee too, so.
Do you?
So let me know when you guys are ready to
All
start
right,
the timer.
I'm ready to
Ready
go
when
when
you
you
are.
are.
Yep.
He's got to
so you
pee.
can
How
see
do you
the exact
think
position of
George
George
Floyd
Floyd.
felt?
Stop it.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, hold on a second. They didn't say they started the
Okay, so obviously here there's an incredible amount of pressure being put on that specific knee, right? And at times you'll see there are plenty of pictures, and during the video you can watch it again if you absolutely need to watch that thing. His fucking weight, he won't be touching the ground. He'll be off the ground a lot.
timer.
We're ready when
Hey,
you
ready?
are.
And 3, 2, 1.
Okay, all right. So
Timer
take
down.
one,
Neil,
Neil.
kneel on my
Kneel.
neck here, shoulder.
Oh, pause the timer.
Oh my goodness.
it's okay.
Nail my neck and shoulder.
There we go.
All right, now I'll roll it
It's
back.
actually more uncomfortable
No,
for me because I
there
have
we
a
go.
bad shoulder. So my left shoulder right now is popped
Okay, let's double time through this fucking nonsense. What do you say? What do you say?
out of the socket. But
It's 5 seconds in and you don't like it.
Yeah, no,
Already complaining.
Hey, you know what, Dave? Sometimes you deserve to be arrested.
That's true.
Sometimes you deserve. Well, I can't really understand him. So maybe 1.5.
he's specifically meaning you, Dave.
No,
I
my response is agreement.
I think they were lower on the legs there, Brendan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think they were more like on the hamstring area.
Okay.
All right.
There you go. So uncomfortable position for sure. It's supposed to be restrained. Steven, can you talk to us a little bit? Can you breathe?
Yeah, no,
just
I
fine?
can talk to you. I have more of a spasm in my neck because my neck's been sore for a couple of days.
Okay.
Like I said, what really hurts is my left shoulder just because of a nagging shoulder injury. And the fact that Tokunawa put the cuffs on my forearms, not on my wrist.
Again, he did that?
Yeah, he put them on perpendicular
He did it on
to
purpose.
where my wrist goes as opposed to actually putting them. So he made it needlessly unpleasant. Thanks for that, Tokunawa.
Is this how he was cuffed then? Do we have it properly?
I think it was properly. Well, I think what he's saying
think they
is
cuffed
his worse. His is
properly.
worse. Yeah.
I think
Steven's
they
is
cuffed
worse.
Floyd properly. I think that I have producers, not police officers, cuffing
Right.
me here today.
Now the knee
What? What would be the what?
You
right
do
now.
sound strained though, which would have.
Oh
I think,
God,
affect
no,
breathing.
Dave! You know, I sound strained. What a surprise!
Well, now
Look,
definitely
for
will.
people-
See, look at his weight. It's all back here. He's not even. All right, redo this and let me do it. Let me do it. Let someone who doesn't give a shit if Steven Crowder doesn't make it doesn't stand back up. let's do that, huh?
watching.
how
I'm not
hostile
saying
he
this
is
is
8
pleasant.
minutes in.
I'm asking.
I'll lose weight first too. I'll tell you what. I will get to exactly the weight that Derek Chauvin was when he killed George Floyd. I'll get down to whatever that weight is if Steven Crowder agrees that I can lean on his neck with a waiver. Okay? The same way that Derek Chauvin did. Someone who doesn't give a shit. 140 pounds, Jake? 193. Not 140. What? This guy just weighed at 100. He literally just weighed himself at 193. The bro doesn't even pull Crowder's arms up. Yeah, I know, right?
Would this kill?
Well, this guy's at 193, so whatever this guy is. 140? I'd have to go back to 6th grade. I wasn't 140 when I played basketball. A little tiny boy.
Someone.
right now. And
We
it looks
don't know
like,
yet.
It looks like his right knee is on your back more
With consent. Well, that's what I'm saying. If he agrees to it.
than Chauvin's was. I'm not sure if that's exactly where his knee was for Tokunawa. I'm not sure. Do we
Well,
have a
there's new evidence coming in, so I don't
of
really
his
know.
low back? Well,
I can pull the
obviously
photo back
Yeah,
up.
pull the
and then-
photo if there are any changes. That
I don't
need
want
to
to
be
cover
made.
up the
Okay,
screen.
yeah. That's fine. Yeah, good idea. I was just seeing if somebody
Here,
could
I can put it in the
offline.
lower third. Give me a second.
Not on the.
Oh wait, hold on a
shoulder.
second. Why am I doing this? George Floyd was able to move his head back and forth. So
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Tokunawa. Let's also because now they're saying it was on the neck and shoulder. Let's move the knee to a little more. It was more. No, it wasn't on the shoulder. It was across the shoulder
Wouldn't you
blade.
have to restart the clock?
No. The
still
point
got
is they
keep-
did both positions. Most
the
of the time it was on the
pressure.
shoulder and
Gotcha.
back of the
Yeah.
neck.
So Chauvin would have to do it just like that as well. He would move
Yeah, right on the shoulder. Does this look anything like what you're seeing here? Seriously? Like what?
to reposition.
My
the
point is
photo
your
there.
breathing does sound strained, which if somebody's on fentanyl, that could be deadly.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a submission. This is not a submission. This is
He should have done fentanyl. Come on, what?
I guess,
position
Dave, I
of
don't
restraint.
understand your point. Do you believe that if someone's on fentanyl, they shouldn't be restrained?
I guess my point is if you do think somebody's on a lethal narcotic and you know that this can affect their breathing,
They
it may
didn't.
not be the
They
best
didn't know
situation.
that. They knew he
You
was
said he
on.
didn't take drugs, Dave.
Yeah, they
Well,
knew
of
he
course
had.
he said he didn't.
They knew that he
Dave,
had something. in his system.
Dave, so what is your suggestion? That they should have known that he was on
Are they debating whether or not George Floyd should have had human rights? Because I can't believe I'm on the side of one of the people in this, and he's still wrong.
4 times the dose of fentanyl
Well, no,
and
they
then what,
shouldn't have
not
known
restrained
that.
him? What I'm telling you is this. This is unpleasant.
It
But
looks
that's it.
unpleasant.
Yes, but so is prison.
Well, it depends on.
Well, there's a lot of unpleasant
Move
things.
it back to my neck. If you get the picture, whatever you guys think is this close enough? I don't want people to say that I'm not doing it. So
No,
I
I
can't.
think that's.
Oh, I think people
that's
are gonna
more
say
than
plenty.
one. Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
fine
right there,
there.
right
But
when
you're not doing it. We watched this. It was so much more pressure, dude. Because he's trying to get up and he's trying to push up, and so he leaned forward so that he wouldn't tip backwards.
the knees right
That
there.
seems to be from this
Pretty
angle
close.
the proper position.
Yeah, I don't remember if he had his right knee on his low back, is what I'm saying. So that's the thing that I think
That's
is
the
a little
part too.
different.
That
So the
is
right
different,
knee?
Yeah, I think that right knee. I don't know. Just leave it where it is for now, because if anything,
know
it's
where
worse
he had
for you, Stephen, because it's constricting breathing more by having it there than it would have been on.
Yeah, no,
on
this is
Floyd.
probably worse. If
With the right
you're
knee,
saying
at
that his
least.
right knee was on the ground, that would be less weight on Floyd.
Right. So
6
okay,
minutes to
leave it
go.
there.
My point is, does he feel any straining from you? Does he feel anything that would indicate that you're suffering?
I don't
At
know. Hey,
all.
Tokunawa. Hey, yeah. And by the way, I don't think the guy was on his legs for the whole time either. right?
I don't know. I
Wasn't he
can't
on there
tell
only
you.
a portion of the
He
time?
was only on there for a portion of the time, and then he was holding his legs more with his hands than anything
Okay.
else. So.
All right. So how long was that? Should we do that? Should we have Brendan do that?
Let's wait a couple more minutes to do that. If you're,
Oh, great.
Yeah. So listen, I mean, this is uncomfortable.
Don't worry,
This
you
is a
only have
painful
8
thing to
minutes,
do.
30 seconds left.
Ashy Boo, thanks for the 5 months. I was wasting on his fucking toes.
So Token Allen, let me ask you this. Can you? I mean, what do you?
Okay,
you
so
guys doing okay up
make
there?
sure he shouldn't be sitting on your calves.
No, he's not sitting on my calf.
Gibbon
He's sitting on my
is like
hamstring.
sitting on his calves. He should be more propped up.
Okay, so
He looks like a coked out Irish 70s
Hold on a second
cop.
there, Dave. I need to hear what they're
Tim,
saying.
you
sorry.
go out there and if you can. And
Yeah,
help him.
Gibbon's kind of sitting on his calves. He should be more propped up. Like he should be not sitting as much.
You shouldn't be sitting on your calves.
So,
as much.
so what do you
higher.
think? More on your knees or more,
More
on
on
your
his
feet?
knees.
Gibbon.
Okay, more on your knees. All right, so more
I
weight.
think that goes to show, though, by the way he's sitting, he's trying to be
Yeah, I like that,
comfortable.
Gibbon.
I don't think the
Give me
cop's trying to be comfortable on Floyd, where that means all of his weight's going to be shifted to his knee, which is on George Floyd's neck.
There he goes. Yes. Wow. He said the correct thing. I can't. One of the producers literally said the correct thing. Dripping Cobra. Thanks for the 6 months. It's already sped up, Beta.
If his right knee is not on his low back,
Definitely higher, yeah.
then that's
Like-
different.
Yeah, it
There you
is.
Well, I'll tell you, look,
That's
I'm definitely going to have the continued spasm in my neck, which won't be fun to take to change my mind tomorrow. But again, I can
Yeah.
move my head right here. You're putting all your weight on me there, Token Allen? Yeah.
It probably feels pretty uncomfortable for Token Allen to be doing this.
Now let's go back and forth,
move.
move to the other position on my shoulder where he spent most of the time. We know now, but it's just kind of
Just move immediately. As soon as that happened, please move.
So it was on the shoulder. It was a little bit. Was that
Shoulder
where it was?
blade.
I
Was it
just
the
don't
shoulder?
see this
back.
as the same move, though.
What?
Dave, how do you see it as so different? Are you saying
Put up the photo.
the photo? Do you think all of his weight was on the front of his knee?
I do think that towards the end, all the weight was on the front of his knee. Yes, look at how he's leaned up. Look at how Token Allen is.
I cannot believe. This is nuts. The producer in the booth is like, "You're not doing it right," and the other guy's like, "What do you mean we're not doing it right?" And everyone else watching is like, "Yeah, do it like that. See if he survives."
What's the difference between what Token Allen is doing versus the picture?
The picture looks to be
He's very
as if
much
he's
higher.
higher.
The
See, that's two of
officer
us
is
saying
higher?
that. The officer is higher.
Okay, so
absolutely.
Token Allen, just make your body upright.
Yeah, push it higher.
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 He's saying trying to keep your body straight
About
up.
there, right about there. Yeah.
you
That might be too high. A little back.
No, not you, Brendan.
So, Steven, did
Now,
that
Brendan, let
change
go of my
anything for
legs
you?
and just hold my feet.
This is the most disingenuous thing I've ever seen from Crowder, and that's saying something. I know, right?
Now,
that's what happened.
Now, ask Token Allen if he feels that he's got to put more pressure on his knees.
Well, I'll tell you what, it actually is less weight on me from when he got up. I have
Okay.
less weight on
He's
me.
probably
And again,
pushing up
anyone
his
who knows
feet.
anything about grappling knows that the more upright you are that way, you actually can't exert downward. You can't exert, it's a diagonal pressure. Kind of like when a wrestler shoots. A lot of people say, man, how did that wrestler shoot so quickly for a double leg? Because a lot of people think it's just powered
And
by
now he's
gravity.
back down.
It's actually not. It's powered by a
He's
forward
not on his
motion
neck
backwards
at
motion,
all.
propelling yourself down to the ground. So
Right.
if Token Allen can lean, which he was doing before,
Does anyone want to just step on my back and crack it? Because this is basically the same experience.
he was kind of springing off the balls of his feet and putting more weight
Like,
on me.
what
There's
the
less weight on
fuck?
me.
But he already went back down, though. Like, that means he was uncomfortable.
What, you talking about Token Allen
Yes.
or Steven?
Token Allen.
Yeah, I don't think
Steven
Steven
looks-
maintains the same position the entire time. I think we have a photo
And you look
of one.
deathly uncomfortable right now.
I'm very
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Of course it's not comfortable.
Restraint positions are not
I'm
comfortable.
not saying that he should be at a bed and breakfast. I'm just pointing out what I'm looking at.
Well, so here's the thing, right?
Can't
An
I just
officer
play
restrained-
some side of this?
You can play that, right? But you have-
Jeez
I just don't
Louise.
understand.
Look at them. They get so mad when someone disagrees in there. Holy fucking shit, dude.
When we decided that violent offenders who are resisting arrest are supposed to be entirely comfortable. What I am saying is, this is uncomfortable.
think-
If I demanded to be put on the ground and kicked a cop, this seems like getting off easy and would be entirely appropriate. Look,
2 minutes to go.
let's, you know what, move it back to my neck since some people still believe that's a thing.
We're not in this to hurt you.
Well, kind
I
of.
am.
Well,
Just because it's Steven.
I haven't worked for him that long.
Steven doesn't realize there's a lot of people out there right now that hope Token Allen makes a mistake.
Oh, there's like millions.
Well, that's
I
true.
think that's a little high up now, right? That's on my head, not my
That's
neck.
more-
Yeah, that is high up.
Yeah.
But see how he's shifting.
No, it's
Well, so
So
Token
was
Allen,
Chauvin.
exactly. Cops don't just sit there and
It's
maintain the
not
exact same
high
position
up.
and move
90
around a
seconds.
little
He
bit.
just shifted weight from, by the way, my neck to the back of my head, where even in early UFCs it was illegal to strike, Dave. I hope this is enough for you.
I
We're giving you a
don't
hard
see
time.
why it's all on me.
I know, you're fine. No, I think what we're showing here is that, look, somebody can do just fine in this position. It's uncomfortable, but it's not going to kill them, right?
It sucks,
Now,
obviously.
No, but I will actually go further than that. My, I do grappling, and my father, who's a
1 minute.
a brown belt, it's far more uncomfortable for me to be under side control. I would not be able to
Yeah.
maintain that for 9 minutes. And by the way, I have been talking this whole time, and in case people wonder, I talk really fast, and I have a
Heart thing?
condition.
Yeah.
It's a chest condition where my bone grows into my heart. I have to get surgery in July. The point is
Sounds like Alf.
The point is that this is probably more difficult for me than it is for a lot of you out there watching. But I also don't have 4 times the lethal dose of fentanyl in my system. And again, I'm
30
just laying
seconds.
down because this is more comfortable. No, I can still get up. I can switch my face. It's more comfortable for me to lay
And so
my
did
head
George
down.
Floyd, by the way. He did pull his head up and move his head around. So
just so you hear me speak,
Just
I
to
can
see.
speak this way where it sounds like I'm normal,
Yeah.
but it's less comfortable for me to do a neck
Well,
flip.
and I'm also just throwing stuff in there because I'm trying to,
time.
Sure, you,
10
Dave,
seconds.
you in their third
9,
chair, nice
8,
and comfy.
7,
It's very
After
nice.
saying just relieve yourself.
5,
Oh, 5.
4,
We're almost there.
3,
4,
2,
1. And now we did it by 2 seconds.
Happy New
All right,
Year.
Token Allen,
There
get
you
off. Get off. Okay, good. There we
Okay,
go. We're
get him
done.
up.
All right.
Get him up. Help
There
him
we
up.
go.
help him up though.
Okay.
Well, they don't have.
That was about as legitimate as it would be if I was actually trying to be a real corn. like a real corn cob. I don't think we're doing the thing, buddy. I think we're doing sort of things that evoke that thing. Not quite the exact same experience, huh? Tell him to lift his left foot. Yeah, I know, right? Dude, he bitched so much during that, too. Like, he bitched so much. I don't really want to watch any more of that. I don't think we need to. Oh, Jesus. There's a racist thing that happens, though. Let's watch the You want to see how he finishes this racist thing with another racist thing? No. You got to see this. The last racist thing he does. The racist cherry on the racist Sunday. Here we go. You ready?
Have your pieces. Oh,
Okay.
no.
Who's this guy?
Oh, that's not helpful. Please. Okay.
Oh.
So that was that. Yeah, that was the racist cherry.